歡迎收睇藝坊星期天，我係 Billy 李子芬。今日我哋會帶大家去睇本地特色嘅塗鴉。上個月，一班街頭藝術家參加咗一個集體創作活動。咁另外咧，喺節目嘅第二部分，會有一支本地嘅獨立樂隊 Castros and Kites 咁上到嚟我哋個錄影廠咧，介紹佢哋即將推出嘅 EP。我哋仲會帶大家由街頭走入藝術中心，欣賞克羅地亞畫家 Ana Tzarev 一場繁花盛放嘅作品展。觀眾欣賞藝術品咧，其實有好多途徑嘅。咁但係如果要擁有佢哋，咁對於大部分人嚟講，似乎係遙不可及嘅事。有見及此，藝術界最近發起一場運動，希望令藝術更加普及，唔再只係屬於有錢人嘅玩意。
I wanted to democratize art, to make it fun, to make people who've been scared about art, scared that they didn't know enough about art, or scared that they thought you had to be a millionaire to buy art, make them feel comfortable, that it's easy to buy art.
上個月 Affordable Art Fair 第一次喺香港舉行，有84間本地同埋國際畫廊參加。1999年 Will Ramsey 喺倫敦創辦呢個藝術展，之後喺歐洲、美國同埋澳洲舉行過。展覽嘅目的係幫助多啲人擁有藝術。Affordable Art Fair 限制展出作品嘅售價，喺香港每件藝術品嘅定價由港幣1000蚊到10萬蚊，而且只可以展示在世藝術家嘅作品。
I would say 95% of those artists are not well known. That is not to say they're any less good, but they just haven't had the lucky break to make them well known.
Tzarev was an artist that I met and I first discovered in an art show in Indonesia about 3-4 years ago. They're fascinated by the technique of the pixelation of the small people that go together to make an iconic figure. And the first one that we acquired was Michael Jackson, and it was quite funny because people were breaking away from his face. But I think it's when people see a piece of art that is not just paint on canvas, and there's something that's really creative there. And you get people and they walk up to the canvas and they have a look, and so that's why we represent him.
Tzarev Rahman 喺家鄉印尼係出名嘅藝術家 ，Chris Churcher 將佢嘅作品從新加坡嘅畫廊帶嚟香港。喺嚟香港之前 Rahman 嘅作品喺2次新加坡 Affordable Art Fair 展出過。Chris Churcher 相信好嘅藝術唔一定要國際知名或者價值不菲。對佢嚟講，一件有價值嘅藝術品，無論藝術家係邊個或者拍賣到幾多錢，佢都一樣咁鍾意。不過並唔係所有參展畫廊都介紹新晉藝術家。嚟自英國嘅 James Booth Clipon 覺得代表新晉藝術家有啲冒險。佢喺 Affordable Art Fair 展示名牌藝術家冇咁貴嘅作品，例如好似限量印畫。
I've known Mark Quinn for 20 odd years, and I'm a huge fan of his work, and I have collected his work for many years, and I've published a number of editions with him recently, and I think they're just graphically very interesting. Everything he produces is all about life and death. It's all about whether it's flowers which are in the stillness of time, just about to die, or an eyeball, which is the inner self.
It's impossible to predict the future. I always believe in what some people call branded artists, which is what we carry. But more importantly, it's buying a piece that you love. If it goes up in price, marvelous, and you have something you love. If it doesn't go up in price, at least you're enjoying something that you utterly adore, and you don't feel bad about it.
Saskia 喺藝術展入邊展出草間彌生、村上隆同埋 Damien Hirst 嘅印畫。佢帶嚟嘅都係知名藝術家售價比較低嘅作品。香港嘅 Affordable Art Fair 有16500參觀人次，係至今系列中最受歡迎嘅藝術展。如果你錯過咗今次嘅 Affordable Art Fair， 其實香港都有畫廊，主要代理一般人都買得起嘅藝術品。李少華嘅畫廊係其中一間。
好似呢一張畫咧，係一個四川美術學院嗰個李剛啦，專門係畫中國同埋畫人物畫嘅。咁佢呢個你見到呢個點咧，個筆墨咧，個濃淡個變化係好大嘅。同埋你睇下呢個攬咧，同埋呢個人個面部表情同埋嗰個動作嘅手都係好獨特嘅個人風格。呢啲咧係第二啲畫人物畫或者仕女畫咧，好少用到嘅。咁同埋佢係因為四川嗰邊嚟嘅，咁被中國咧譽為係最有影響力嘅巴蜀畫家。
李少華嘅畫廊入邊，大部分嘅畫作定價都喺港幣10萬蚊以下。佢中意售賣原作多過印畫，大部分都係內地畫家嘅水墨畫。李少華喜歡喺大陸著名嘅藝術學院尋找藝術家，仲有就係林風眠、張大千等等著名中國畫家嘅學生。佢相信，就算而家佢哋係年青同埋唔係咁多人認識，將來好有機會會成為國際知名嘅藝術家。但同藝術展部分參展畫廊一樣，李少華都認為一件藝術品嘅金錢價值唔係最重要嘅因素，最重要係你喜歡同埋享受嗰件藝術品。
Ana Tzarev 1937年喺克羅地亞出世，大半生喺新西蘭同埋澳洲度過。佢自學藝術，畫作色彩鮮豔。佢亦都曾經為深圳、羅馬、倫敦等城市創作過一系列花卉雕塑。由而家去到4月20號，咁大家可以去到香港藝術中心欣賞 Ana Tzarev 最新作品展《繁花盛放》。
Ana Tzarev 有一個艱辛嘅童年。第2次世界大戰期間，佢喺克羅地亞長大。雖然戰時生活貧困，但係佢學識咗編織，仲成為專家。1956年戰後10年，佢同一個新西蘭人結婚。有一段時間，佢專注設計高級布料、陶瓷同埋珠寶首飾。
Most artists aren't using as much texture or as vivid of color as she is. And that really comes, in my opinion, a lot from her background in working in textile design. Developing fabrics, trading fabrics all over the world. Really, it's interesting because that background informs her work in two ways. Stylistically, it's informing the work in terms of the color theory and the tactile quality. And in terms of contextually informing the work, that background in textile design is what took Ana Tzarev all over the world and allowed her to experience so many cultures, which is just as crucial to her painting, bringing that subject matter of a universal experience just as much as it is with the vibrancy of color.
喺展覽《繁花盛放》展出嘅 Ana Tzarev 作品係以一層層厚丙烯酸油彩畫成嘅油畫。Justin 認為啲油畫嘅質感同顏色豐富，有助同觀眾建立聯繫。
If you look at some of these pieces from an angle, from a profile view, you'll see that in some instances the oil paint will actually jettison off the canvas as much as about an inch. One could talk about the element of chance there. Because she's doing a direct application of pigment in her style, where she'll take the tube and make a mark using the nothing but the pure oil itself, so it's not mixed. Most artists will be mixing their colors, but any of the mixing that's happening on the painting happens on the canvas itself. So that is what helps to achieve these vivid colors. Now, when she does that, one could imagine the oil is coming out of the tube, and then it falls a certain way, right? So was the artist intending for the tip of the stroke to point upward or downward? Well, we don't know.
70幾歲嘅 Ana Tzarev 而家響摩洛哥同泰國居住，佢嘅油畫同雕塑作品都係以佢人生唔同階段接觸過嘅花為主題。
Ana Tzarev as an artist has lived all over the world and experienced many different cultures. from that of all over Asia, South America, Africa, the Middle East. She's always taken a real interest in how flowers across any culture, any land, always mean love and respect as a gesture, as a symbol. Her artwork is very much about communicating with all peoples, visually, about beauty and form and color, and that's essentially what Exposed is focused on.
喺香港藝術中心包氏畫廊嘅展覽之後，繁花盛放系列會喺今年嘅威尼斯雙年展展出。